Every city in Skyrim wears a mask. Solitude, the seat of politics, hides its rot beneath marble. Markarth pretends its ruins aren't still ticking with old war machines. Windhelm clutches its past so tightly it can't see its present crumbling. But Riften? Riften doesn't wear a mask. It wears a smirk. It's the city that knows it's broken, that flaunts it, that whispers behind every corner that law and loyalty are just words, and gold is the only truth worth following. I wouldn't say that Riften is the most dangerous city in Skyrim. It's not the largest or the oldest or even the most important, but it is undeniably the most problematic, and maybe that's why it feels so real. Riften sits tucked in the southeastern corner of Skyrim, nestled between crumbling mountains and thick, swampy forests. It should be beautiful, and it once was. The docks sparkle in the morning mist, golden leaves fall softly in the courtyard, and for a brief moment, it feels like the city could be the autumn jewel of the province. But take 5 steps past the gate and the illusion cracks. You're greeted by a shakedown, a guard demanding a bribe, an old man shouting about the Blackbriar family, an alchemist muttering about betrayals. Even the beggars here seem less sad and more suspicious. Riften isn't hiding its flaws, it's basically advertising them. Ask any local who really runs Riften, and you'll get the same name, Maven Blackbriar. She's not Jarl, she doesn't wear armour, but she controls everything. The meadery, the guards, the courts, even the Thieves' Guild bows to their name. Maven is Skyrim's closest thing to a mob boss, a woman whose power is unspoken, unquestioned, and utterly unearned through democratic means. You'll hear her name dropped in Solitude, whispered in Whiterun, threatened in Windhelm. She doesn't need to shout. Everyone else does it for her. And that, in many ways, is the core of Riften's problem. It's a city where power exists without responsibility, where Maven's word is law, and law is just a formality. Riften is also home to the Thieves' Guild, a faction that on paper should represent cleverness, stealth, and rebellion. But in practice, they're tired. The guild is a shadow of what it once was. Leadership squabbles, betrayals abound. Their safe house is literally falling apart, ratway walls cracked, members demoralised, influence fading. The once great syndicate of information smuggling and intrigue has become a gang of petty extortionists. They're still dangerous, they're still sharp, but they've become exactly what they claimed not to be, thugs with better branding. Even as you rise through their ranks, rebuilding their name, you never quite erase the feeling that they've lost something vital, some principle or pride they used to stand for. Beneath the streets of Riften lies the Ratway, a literal metaphor for what the city has become. Cramped tunnels, broken bridges, bandits, druggies, and a secret society of thieves who sleep on mouldy cots next to murderers. It's a brilliant piece of environmental storytelling. Riften is rotting from the bottom up, literally. You don't find hope down there. You don't find reformers. All you find are cynics and some survivors. And as you navigate those tunnels, taking side quests, hunting down traitors, dodging skeevers, you start to realise that the Ratway isn't just a location. It's a philosophy. Down here, nothing is sacred. Technically, Riften is ruled by Jarl Layla Lawgiver. She's well-meaning. She talks of justice, stability, and the people's will. But none of it even matters, because Maven Blackbriar stands behind her throne and the guards wear Maven's gold. Layla's son is wrapped up in forsworn conspiracies, her court mage is under suspicion, and her hold, the Rift, is slipping into chaos at the edges. You can complete the Civil War questline, you can install a new Jarl, you can overthrow Ulfric or the Empire. And Riften? Well, it barely changes. Because the problem here isn't political, it's systematic. The rot isn't in the title, it's in the walls. You'd think a city this cynical wouldn't have much time for romance. But in actuality, Riften is full of broken relationships. A woman searching for a lost brother, only to find the corpse in the Ratway. An orphanage so abusive that the children cheer when the caretaker dies. Lovers who run a stable but have no coin to get married. Saphir, a carpenter who fears her trade is dying. Romlin, a mead smuggler with no way out. Even the Temple of Mara, dedicated to love and healing, feels hollow, like it's playing at hope in a city that eats it alive. You can help some of these people, fix a few cracks, but most of them, they stay stuck. Because Riften isn't built to let people go, it's built to hold them down. No discussion of Riften is complete without mentioning On a Hall Orphanage, ran by Greylod the Kind, who is anything but. It's one of Skyrim's most disturbing side locations. Children trapped under verbal abuse, hope deferred, dreams crushed. And when you finally remove her from power, there's no oversight, no inspection, no change in policy. Just a new caretaker and a silent shrug from the guards. Riften sees suffering like background noise. It's just part of the ambience. Skyrim's entire political map is burning. Cities are falling, Jarls change hands, borders bleed. And yet Riften mostly watches. It should be a crucial city, bordering Morrowind, housing a major criminal guild, and riddled with influence. But instead, it's left to fester. No battle ever reaches its walls, no lasting change sweeps its streets. Even when you hand the rift to the Empire or Stormcloaks, the city remains almost comically unaffected. Because Riften isn't a city caught between factions. It's a city that's already been conquered. Still, there's something about Riften. The canals shimmer in the summer light. Leaves scatter along the walkways. The city glows gold before the storm. And once in a while you'll find a moment. Just a moment where it feels like it could be something more. A merchant smiling as he fixes his stall. A guard pausing to help a child. A note passed beneath a temple door. These aren't quests, not mechanics, but fragments. Little reminders that even the most problematic places can still carry beauty. Not because they hide their darkness, but because they survive it. But here's the real trick Riften plays. It reflects you. Are you a thief? It welcomes you. A vigilante? It resists you. A hero? It mocks you. No matter how you approach it, Riften bends, but never breaks. And that's what makes it so compelling. Other cities in Skyrim reward you for action, but Riften just asks, why bother? Because here, justice won't remember you, charity won't matter, and redemption, well, it costs more than most can pay. Canals run beneath every street, docks line its south edge, fish swim through the green-tinted shallows. You'd think all this water would make the place feel alive, like Windhelm's icy harbour or Solitude's crashing cliffs. But in Riften, the water doesn't purify, it collects. It swirls through sewers, leaks through floorboards, pools under the Ratway like a disease that's sunk too deep to drain. It's not just an aesthetic choice, it's a metaphor for the entire city. Riften is problematic, corrupt, complacent, cynical. It punishes kindness, rewards cruelty, smiles at suffering, and yet it endures. That might be the most Skyrim thing about it, because in this world, not every Skyrim city gets saved. Not every villain gets punished. Not every heart gets healed. Some cities just persist, flawed, fractured, and far too real.